you're older than me, and yet you're still not married. It's quite something, isn't it? I mean, at your age, isn't it starting to get a bit concerning? Goldie, what do you mean by that? I'm not exactly rushing into marriage or anything. It's not like it's something to be worried about. Come on, you're at that age now. Do you really not understand? My husband is the eldest son, and there's a lot of pressure on me because of that, you know. You have to think about these things too. It really matters. Well, I don't feel pressured at all. My parents don't have those old-fashioned expectations. Sure, there might be some excitement since I'm the first grandchild, but it's not something you need to worry about too much. It's not like anyone's putting pressure on you about it. Oh, I definitely feel it, even if you don't say anything. I mean, I'm the one who came into this family, right? And I'm the first grandchild, while my husband has 2 older sisters who aren't married yet. That's a bit unexpected for me, too. I understand, but marriage is such a personal matter. Even though I'm your sister-in-law, it's not really something you should be discussing with me. So, are your parents okay with that? What if my children ended up being the only grandchildren? Well, I can't completely rule that possibility out, but really, it's not something you need to worry so much about. No, I'm definitely going to be worried about it, because once the baby I'm carrying is born, there's a good chance they'll expect me to have another one right after, right? That's honestly too much for me to handle. It's going to be fine. If that happens, we can talk about it then. But come on, this is the first grandchild. There's going to be a celebration for the birth, isn't there? After all, since I got pregnant, our expenses have skyrocketed, and after the birth, it's going to cost even more money. So, yes, I am absolutely expecting a big celebration. Wait, are you seriously saying that? I mean, I understand that pregnancy and childbirth cost money, but especially since I'm having a boy. If I don't get a lavish celebration, I might just lose it. I'm risking my life to bring this baby into the world. And to be honest, I didn't even want kids in the first place, but since your brother wanted children, here we are. I get that, but well, I know that my in-laws don't seem to have a lot of money, so it's probably going to be difficult to expect much from them. Still, please don't send anything useless. If it's trash, I'll just throw it away. Yes, I understand already. I'm currently experiencing postpartum depression, so I really don't want to see anyone from my in-laws right now. Please don't contact me. What? Are you really okay with that? I mean, is it really fine to shut everyone out like that? I'm fine, but it would be incredibly annoying if they just showed up at my house unannounced, so please don't come over, okay? Well, that's really all I wanted to say. I see, but I can't help but worry a little. I mean, I've only been able to see the baby once so far. I mean, it seems like my mother is trying her best not to bring it up too much, but I think she would appreciate having more opportunities to spend time with her grandchild. Once things settle down a bit, it would be nice if we could all meet up again. I'll think about it. Right now, my parents are completely focused on taking care of the baby, and I don't want to impose any more than necessary. Oh, I understand. If you ever need help, just let us know. We're more than willing to come by and lend a hand if you need it. Honestly, I'd prefer if you didn't feel the need to do that. It's a really complicated situation right now, and I'm just exhausted from everything. It's like the English language is failing me, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. It's all so overwhelming. That's not what I meant at all. I also sent you a congratulatory gift for the baby the other day. Did you receive it? I thought it would be better not to ring the doorbell when I passed by your house, so I left it on your parking area instead. I did receive your gift, but honestly, it looked so cheap. I ended up throwing it all in the trash. Seriously, I need something better than that. What? Are you serious? You threw it all away? Of course. What's with the handmade diaper tower? It's so tacky that I couldn't stop laughing. It's been ages since I've laughed like that, especially after giving birth. Wait, I worked really hard with my mom to make that for you. And also, what about the $30,000 gift? Huh? What do you mean by that? Inside the diaper tower, I wrapped up the $30,000 gift from my mom and me. You did notice that, right? What? No way. Are you serious? That's exactly what I want to know. Did you really throw it away? That's impossible. If that was the case, you should have mentioned it in the letter. This is the worst. Of course I threw it away. Wow. Oh, this is unbelievable. It was even written in the letter I attached. You really did this. Go get it back right now. I'm out right now. You know what? I'll contact my parents to go and get it. Wait, you're out this late? I'm going to contact my brother right now. It would be faster if you reach out to him, right? I mean, I know you need to tell your parents too, but still. No, wait, the gift was sent to me, right? That means I have to receive it. Huh? But it's also a good idea to let your brother know. I thought it was strange that I hadn't heard anything yet, so I asked you first. Oh, whatever. I'll just send my parents to get it. Seriously, please stop being so attached to your brother. I have enough on my plate right now, so this is all I can handle. Hey, wait a minute. Make sure you talk to my brother properly, okay? I don't want any misunderstandings. It's really important that you communicate everything clearly, especially now that you've had the baby. You don't want any issues arising from this, do you?
I found it! It was still there! I'm so relieved I found it in time. But seriously, she threw it out regardless of the garbage collection days or anything. What on earth is she thinking? This is such a hassle. I'm so sorry about this.
You found it? Oh, that's great. I'm really glad you contacted me right away. But wait, you were home taking care of the baby, right? Then why did you insist on calling your parents instead of me? It would have been much quicker to reach out to me.
I didn't want you to take my money. I knew if I told you, you'd just put it in the baby's savings account, and I wanted to use it all myself.
Oh, is that what it was? I figured something was off when I saw how you were acting.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think there's something you're hiding from me.
Hiding? Like what? By the way, are you out right now? Are you out having fun?
Yeah, it seems that way. She sometimes goes out like this. Before, she was staying with her parents taking care of the baby. I'm not entirely sure why, but ever since I started taking parental leave and stayed home with the baby, she's started going out alone now and then.
Oh, really? Well, the way you say that makes it sound like you've been thinking she might have been going out more when she was at your parents' place, right?
Yeah, there's a good chance of that. I don't think it's a bad thing to go out occasionally. Just because she's a mother doesn't mean she has to be glued to the baby all the time. I'm here, and so are her parents. We can all share the parenting responsibilities. Taking a breather is important too, I believe. But the issue is how she's spending her time out.
What do you mean by that?
She often comes home drunk in the morning after a night out. It seems she's been drinking with her friends from college. She comes home completely wasted and then just sleeps all day. I don't mind her going out, but she's a stay-at-home mom after all. I worry about what will happen when my parental leave ends. Will she be able to handle the housework properly again? It's a bit concerning.
Oh, I see. You guys had a bit of a rushed marriage, huh? So you didn't really know about her true nature before tying the knot?
Well, I guess that's about right. I think I fell into her trap more than I'd like to admit. We were supposed to be practicing safe sex, but then she ended up getting pregnant. I really don't mind because children are a blessing, but still. She got pregnant before we were married, and then she quit her job right away. It feels like I've been tricked, honestly.
Wow. So you were aware of that, huh? We all kind of thought the same thing. But if you're saying you're happy with it, then that's great, right? Mom and I talked about that too.
Is that so?
It's possible that with the baby finally here, she's just feeling overwhelmed with excitement and letting loose a bit too much.
Yeah, that could be it. So I've been doing a lot of the housework while she's out, you know? I've become quite good at cleaning. I honestly think the place is cleaner now than when she does it.
Well, kudos to you for that, but don't forget to thank your wife. After all, she's the one maintaining the home. Even if she's not great at housework, you still need to appreciate her for keeping your life running smoothly.
I get that, but, Flora, I have a favor to ask you.
What is it?
Could you keep the fact that I found the $30,000 a secret from her?
Wait, why?
If she knows, I think she'd just blow it all on herself. She has this habit of spending money really fast. I mean, I get that going out drinking costs money, but if I give her cash, it might turn into a disaster. I want to save it for the baby's future. Also, I've been a bit concerned about something.
Really? What's been going on?
Well, I'll tell you once I'm sure about it, but there's a possibility that she might be betraying me.
What do you mean by that?
I have this gut feeling that she's hiding something from me and I can't shake it off. She's been acting weird lately and I can't quite put my finger on it.
You think she's being unfaithful?
I don't know yet. That's why I'm keeping an eye on things. It just feels like she's changed since the baby was born, you know? It's like she's become more carefree and distant. I understand that having a baby can change a person, but I can't help but feel suspicious about her late nights out.
Wow, that sounds intense. Have you talked to her about this at all?
I've tried, but she just brushes it off like I'm overreacting. She says I should trust her and that she's just having some time for herself. I want her to have her freedom, but I also think it's crucial for us to be honest with each other.
Yeah, for sure. Trust is key in a relationship. If you can't talk about these things, it's going to build up and cause bigger issues down the line.
Exactly, and I really don't want to jump to any conclusions, but my instincts are telling me something isn't right. I just wish I could get through to her and make her understand how serious this is for me.
Well, if you thought about sitting her down and having a heartfelt conversation when she's sober, sometimes people don't realize the impact of their actions until they really think about it.
I've been thinking about it, but every time I try to bring it up, she gets defensive and changes the subject. It's frustrating. I don't want to start a fight, but I need her to know how I feel.
I totally get that. Maybe if you approach it from a place of concern instead of accusation, she might be more open to listening.
That's a good point. I should focus on how I feel and not make her feel attacked. I'll try to find a calm moment to talk to her about it. Thanks for the advice.
Of course, just remember it's okay to express your feelings, but it's also important to be patient. Relationships take work, and sometimes things just need time to settle down.
Yeah, you're right. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for being here for me, Flora. It means a lot.
Anytime. We're siblings, and I'll always have your back. Just keep me updated on how things go with her, okay?
Absolutely. I'll let you know what happens. Hopefully we can get this sorted out soon.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you. Just keep communication open, and I'm sure you'll find a way to work through it together. Flora, why did you lie? That $30,000, didn't Eric recover it? Why did you keep quiet about it? Oh, that issue? What? Did Eric finally say something to you? I hope you didn't make a scene or anything. This is the worst. If I had that money, none of this would have happened. It's completely unfair. What do you mean by none of this? My husband just said he wants a divorce. He's done with this marriage. But if we had that $30,000, this wouldn't have happened. I could have paid off our debts and fixed everything. Well, that was something you threw away, wasn't it? You should think of it as something that never existed in the first place. Also, those are not words you should say to someone who gave you $30,000. That's pretty rude, don't you think? Because! Why did you hide it in a diaper tower like some childish trick? You knew how important that money was. How rude. I thought you would enjoy it as a surprise. I didn't make the diaper tower with the expectation it would be thrown away. That would be silly. I genuinely wanted to create a fun moment for you. But you said you'd have my parents come pick it up, right? So why did you contact my brother instead? I thought it was strange from the beginning that you wanted to involve your parents. You should have just told me directly. Then I got a call from my brother and everything clicked. I never imagined you would go out drinking with your old circle members while secretly spending a fortune on a host. What were you thinking? Well, that's because it's not like I had a choice. I mean, it's my ultimate form of relaxation. It's my favorite idle activities. You can't just take that away from me. I'm not denying that relaxation or idle activities are important, but you need to do those things within a budget. You can't just lie to your husband just to go out, and now you've ended up with all this debt. This is a serious issue. You wanted the $30,000 from the congratulatory money to pay off this debt, didn't you? Well, I needed money to support him. So it can't be helped. You don't understand how hard it is to be a mother and not have any outlet. If you need the money, then work and save it up to pay it off yourself. Don't rely on other people's money. And to think you wanted to use the $30,000 that was supposed to be a congratulatory gift. Is that really something a parent would do? It's irresponsible. Shut up! You say whatever you want as long as I stay quiet. If you had just given me the $30,000, this would have been resolved. But your brother found out about it first and deposited the entire amount into the child's savings. You're directing your resentment at the wrong target. If that's the case, then get the money from your parents to pay it off. They should help you out if they care about you. We've been poor for generations. That's why my parents were counting on my husband's income. And now I'm being told there's going to be a divorce. Take responsibility. This isn't fair. Shut up. Just stop already. I can't listen to this anymore. What did you just say? While you've been slacking off on parenting and wasting money drinking until the morning, your husband has been home alone doing everything. He's been desperately doing the housework and cleaning, and he found your IOU while doing so. He saw that paper hidden deep down and decided your spending habits were abnormal. So he hired a detective to gather all the evidence, didn't he? Wait, was it really that far gone? He hired a detective? Did you think no one knew? This is all the result of your own actions. Sure, there's no rule that says you can't have fun just because you're a mother. But while you were doing nothing, your brother was working tirelessly without rest, and while you were carelessly accumulating debt, he was growing tired from taking care of the child. And don't you dare blame your divorce on someone else just because you couldn't find the congratulatory money that was given to you. But if I had that $30,000, I could have paid back the money and none of this would have been a problem. If you had done that, you would have just gotten carried away and racked up even more debt. A person like you needs to experience pain firsthand to learn. It's the only way you'll understand the consequences of your actions. Wait, I get it. I won't go to the host anymore. I won't borrow money anymore. So please just help me this once. 30,000. No, even 20,000 would be fine. I'll be grateful for any amount you can spare. Look, we're not rich either. It's not an amount that just magically appears when you wish for it. We're also desperately gathering every penny to make ends meet. Just like you said, I don't have a boyfriend, nor am I planning to have children. Given the way things are going, the chances of me getting married and having kids are slim. So the money I spent was entrusted to your children's future. I don't want to waste it on your irresponsible choices. But if I get divorced like this, that child will be left without a father. Don't you see that? I need to be there for my child. What are you talking about? Of course the father will get custody. He's the responsible one. A debt-ridden woman who thoughtlessly tries to use her child's money while being a stay-at-home mom without a job is in no position to raise a child. You need to face the reality of your situation. That's true, but let me ask you this. Can you raise a child under these circumstances? You have to pay for your living expenses and child support, and now you'll also have to pay your husband alimony. How do you plan on doing that? Alimony? But I don't have that kind of money. How can I possibly afford that? Of course, that's impossible. You've had physical relationships with other men behind your husband's back multiple times. That's a serious betrayal, and you'll have to face the consequences. He has every right to demand alimony. Please, I am begging you, talk to Eric. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was happy. I can't work after a divorce. I don't know how to make it on my own. Don't act like a stay-at-home mom even when you can't handle basic household chores or childcare. Of course you were happy because you had the freedom to play, but you crossed the line. You can't just ignore your responsibilities. I'm sorry. I promise I'll never do this again. I'll be a proper mother. I've learned my lesson. So please, just this once, forgive me. If I can just pay back the debt, everything will be okay. Then pay what you owe and start over. Your trust is already sunk down there. Don't think you can be forgiven with such light words. Reflect on your selfish actions and suffer in hell for the rest of your life, you worthless woman. You think it's that easy to just move on? Please, I'll change, I promise. I can't lose my child. I'll do anything. You don't get it, do you? Your words mean nothing now. You've lost the right to be trusted, and it'll take more than just promises to regain it. You have to face the consequences of your actions. Your husband deserves better, and so does your child. You need to take responsibility. I know I messed up, but please, I don't want to lose my family. Can't you see how hard this is for me? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. You think you can just brush everything under the rug because you're feeling sorry for yourself? It doesn't work that way. You need to be held accountable. You need to make real changes, not just empty promises. Show that you can be a responsible adult. I promise I'll get a job. I'll do anything. Just help me get through this, please. Talk is cheap. You need to prove it with actions. Your husband's at his limit and you're running out of time. If you want to turn things around, you better start showing real commitment to change and being a better mother. I will, I swear. Just give me one more chance. I'll show you I can do it. Make sure you mean it, or you'll find yourself in an even worse situation than you're in now. Remember, you're not just risking your own future, you're jeopardizing your child's as well. Please, I don't want to think about that. I just want to make things right. I want to fix this and be a good mother. Then start by being honest with yourself and those around you. No more lies, no more hiding. If you want a chance at redemption, you'll have to be willing to fight for it every single day. I understand. I really do. I'll just do whatever it takes. Just don't give up on me yet. Well, it's too late to ask for that now because every single one of us has given up on you now. I hope that you have fun rotting in hell for all that you've done to us. Goldie was reportedly devastated when my brother firmly informed her of the divorce, breaking down into tears. However, it seems that my brother had completely lost all feelings for her, leading to the divorce proceeding without any further hesitation. The emotional impact of such a revelation can be immense, especially when a relationship that once held promise crumbles so suddenly. Under the guidance of a private investigator who advised him to be thorough, my brother had secretly installed hidden cameras during their discussions. This allowed him to capture the moments when Goldie, consumed by anger and frustration, attempted to lash out at their child. The recordings became crucial evidence in the divorce proceedings, revealing the true nature of her behavior when confronted. It's chilling to think about how a moment of anger can lead to such devastating consequences, not just for Goldie, but for the child caught in the middle. Following the divorce, Goldie lost her rights to see her child, and she would never be around to meet them again. The emotional toll of the situation must have been immense for her, but at the same time, it feels almost like poetic justice, considering her previous actions. The loss of her child would be a permanent scar on her heart, serving as a constant reminder of her decisions and their fallout. Now, buried with debt, alimony, and the necessity of earning a living, Goldie reluctantly found part-time work. Every day she struggles to make ends meet, and honestly, it's hard not to feel a sense of schadenfreude in this situation. Her previous lifestyle, filled with careless spending and reckless choices, has turned into a harsh reality. She now has to wake up early each morning, facing the drudgery of her new life. Each day serves as a reminder of what she lost, and it must be excruciating to see the stark contrast between her former life and her current one. She once enjoyed a life of leisure, filled with social outings and extravagant expenses, and now she is scraping by, barely able to pay her bills. The transformation from a life of luxury to one of financial strain illustrates the consequences of her actions. Goldie's transition from the carefree existence to the struggles of a working single mother highlights the impact of her previous choices. In the past, she may have taken her brother's support for granted, believing that she could continue living her life without consequences. But now, reality's hit hard, and every hour she spends at her part-time job serves as a reminder of the choices she's made and their repercussions. My brother, on the other hand, seems to be moving on with his life. Free from the chaos and drama that Goldie brought into his life, he can focus on his child without the burdens that Goldie represented. This newfound freedom must feel like a weight lifted off his shoulders, allowing him to finally breathe and find joy in parenting, without the stress of an unstable partnership. The contrast between their current situations could not be more stark, as Goldie finds herself in a self-imposed prison of regret while her brother flourishes. Goldie's current situation also forces her to reflect on her priorities and the choices that led her to this point. The debt that she accrued, possibly to fund her previous lifestyle, now looms over her like a dark cloud. Every moment spent at work is not just about earning a paycheck, it's about trying to repay her past mistakes and the consequences of her actions. The pressure to make ends meet while managing her financial obligations is a daily burden that weighs heavily on her shoulders. She may find herself daydreaming about what could have been, contemplating how different things might be if she had made better choices. The longing to see her child again might haunt her, knowing that her actions directly led to her current circumstances. The realization of what she lost may bring moments of deep sadness and regret, forcing her to confront the gravity of her decisions. As she navigates her new life, Goldie will likely encounter challenges that push her to her limits. Balancing work and life without the support she once had will be a daunting task. She might have to rely on friends or acquaintances for help, something that she may not have been used to before. This reliance on others could bring about feelings of vulnerability and insecurity as she comes to terms with her new reality. Her interactions with others will also change. She may find it difficult to relate to those who still live the life she once had. The envy and resentment she might feel towards them could lead to feelings of isolation. She may struggle to connect with those who don't understand her plight, further exasperating her sense of loss and grief over what she used to have. In the midst of this struggle, there may be moments of clarity for Goldie. These moments might help her realize the true cost of her decisions and the importance of responsibility and accountability. She might begin to understand the value of hard work, the importance of financial stability, and the love that comes with being a parent, something she took for granted. Eventually, Goldie may find a way to rebuild her life, whether it's through new friendships, personal growth, or professional development. She may start to carve out a new identity separate from the mistakes of her past. This journey towards self-improvement could be transformative, allowing her to redefine her purpose and goals in life. Yet the scars of her past will remain, serving as constant reminders of what she lost and what she must overcome. Her journey towards redemption may be long and arduous, filled with obstacles and setbacks, but it will also provide opportunities for growth and learning. Goldie's story serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of neglecting one's responsibilities, illustrating that one's choices can profoundly affect the lives of those around them. It highlights the importance of being accountable for one's actions and the impact those actions can have on family and relationships. In the end, Goldie's path to recovery may lead her to a deeper understanding of herself, her values, and the importance of cherishing her family.